Thank you once more. We want to learn about networking. Networking involves connecting computer and devices to share resources and information. That is all about networking. It involves connecting computers and devices to share resources and information. So we have types of network. Types of network whereby we have the local area network known as the LAN. We have the wide area network known as the WAN, and we have the metropolitan area network. So those are the types of networks that I've mentioned. I've mentioned of the local area network, uh, wide area network, and metropolitan. We look into details each and every of the network. So next thing is network components. What are the components of a network? We have devices such as routers, switches, hubs, access points, and modems. Those are the network components, such as routers, switches, hubs, access points, and modems. Cables. Number two is a cable. We have two components of networks: devices, which I've mentioned, and cables. We have Ethernet cables, we have fiber optic and coaxial cables. So we have another thing you need to know about networks is networking models, whereby we have the IP model, a more streamlined model with four layers. These layers are link, internet, transport, and application. We have the protocols. In a network, we also have the protocol. So protocols such as the IP Internet Protocol, responsible for addressing routing packets. So you see, like in network, let's take for instance here in YouTube, you go and search for something like you want to look for. Let's take for example at the search bar, you search African foods. So the term African foods has its protocols. We call it the URL. So it is taken to the server to seek that information if it is there. Then when the server has responded, the server is also known as the hub, which contains all the information. It is taken through an uplink to the satellite. The satellite then reflect it to the downlink to the server to seek that information. If it is there, then it is again the vice versa process is taken. So that is how the protocol works. So we also have how can we protect these networks? We have things like firewalls. Install firewalls in your devices like laptops and computers. This ones prevents hackers or even prevents antivirus from damaging or from malicious programs. These programs can even crash your CPU. These programs are that serious. We have the inscription. We inscript them with passwords, these networks, like the Wi-Fi. If you walk around the towns, you'll find those networks, they have passwords. Those are the inscriptions. We have things like VPN, creating source connection over the internet. We have wireless networking. That one is like security. The wireless networking is like Wi-Fi. A good example is like Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is a very good example of wireless networking. We have what else? And many more. So guys, in networking generally, we are trying to look at how information, resources and information are being shared across. So for this information and resources to be shared, we need to protect this, what we call confidentiality. And there is another thing we call in computing that we call it like privacy. We have a difference between confidentiality and privacy. There are some users which, let's take for instance, like in wireless networking, in an office environment. So we have like those, the information being shared, sorry, the information being shared in that environment, in that organization or in that environment of, let's take for instance, the organization like a school. The information being and the resources being shared in a certain environment requires privacy. The networks there are encrypted with passwords so that an authorized user cannot access the system. Because when they access the system, they might crack the passwords and alter the server or even crack the server. So that's why we have various types of ways of which you can protect our networks. Securities, those are securities. Installing firewalls, things like that. Creating a software whereby if in case of any unauthorized access, you get alarmed. You get alarmed that so and so has logged in. There is another measure. So in our next class, we'll discuss about the topologies. We'll discuss about different types of topologies. Bus topology, mesh topologies. We'll discuss about ring topology, star topology. All of them, we'll discuss them, name them. There are so many. We'll venture into topologies so that you connect networking and topologies. You know things to do with topologies. Thank you so much for listening. May you continue subscribing to this channel. Asanteni sana.